Why do people believe that the moon landings were faked? Well, this is some evidence that suggests they were. Now, the biggest one that probably everyone has seen is the flag. Now, on the moon, of course, there is no wind. So how the hell is the flag blowing? Next up, in every single one of the photos, there is no stars in the sky. Like, there is not one. Now, this could be because they have bad cameras and it can capture it, but I highly doubt that. Or it was most likely filmed in a studio. Now, of course, we have the first footprint on the moon. These were the boots that the first person who actually went to the moon wore. It looks nothing like it. How does that come from that? Now, let's say they were faked, you're probably wondering, why would they fake them, what's the point? Well, basically at the time the world was in the space race, every country was trying to get to the moon first. America wanted to beat Russia because of all the Cold War and everything that happened, so they may have faked it to get there first. Let me know what you guys think. Do you reckon they were faked, or were they real?
Here's 5 facts about cats you probably didn't know. Cats only meow as a way to communicate with other humans, not other cats. Cats are actually more popular in the USA than dogs, with 88 million cats versus 75 million dogs. A group of cats is called a clouder, and in 10 years, one female cat could produce up to 49,000 kittens. But before I tell you the craziest last one, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. Unlike humans, cats are able to drink seawater as their kidneys filter out the salt.
The insane criminal life of Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar was the world's most notorious drug lord of all time. He was responsible for over 4,000 deaths, including 200 judges, 1,000 police officers, journalists, and government workers. At the peak of his career, Pablo's net worth was over $30 billion. What would one spend with all that money, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. In the late 1980s, Colombian officials seized 142 private planes, 20 helicopters, 32 yachts, and over 140 homes and offices that all belonged to Pablo Escobar. He even had planes that were specifically bought to transport his cash. Pablo Escobar also would spend over $2,000 each month on rubber bands to hold his money, which is quite a problem. And one time when his daughter was sick, he burnt $2 million in cash to keep her warm. But despite his reputation, he gave tons of money to poor people living in Colombia where he was from. An evil man with a crazy life.
Disturbing facts that will ruin your day, Part 15. In 2008, some Texas teens were arrested after digging up a body and using the skull as a marijuana bong. If you play dead in order to kill an enemy in a war scenario, you are committing a war crime. Dogs can understand certain humans' words, but humans can't understand dogs in the same way. A body farm is a place where various corpses are laid on the ground for forensics to study the decomposition process.
Top 5 rare photos from history. Number 5. This is Barry the Monster Dog, who deservingly earned that name by killing over 40 people, as he worked for the German death camp in Treblinka. When he was given the command, he would attack without mercy, but he only ever attacked when he was commanded, and he was trained to only harm people in prisoner clothing. Number 4. This is former President Franklin D. Roosevelt at the age of 2 in 1884. It's important to remember in these times, the word girl just meant young child, regardless of gender, and all kids wore dresses until potty trained, due to the difficulty of children undoing their pants. Number 3. A picture of Margaret and Anne Frank on the beach in the Netherlands. We often see her in her professional photos, or maybe even working, but not usually doing regular kid stuff, and can really show you how quick things can spiral under propagandized conditions. Number 2. This is the first photo of a living animal to ever be uncovered. This faded picture of a goat dates back to 1842 and was taken in the cattle market in Rome, and now sits in an exhibit in New York, alongside pictures like the 1850 horse-drawn wagon and the 1891 Lion, Tigers, and Dogs circus performance. And number 1. The inside of the FBI's fingerprint storage warehouse in 1944. This was an 8,000 square foot National Guard armory. The FBI had recently went from tracking American citizens to tracking anyone they can get information on, making all this new information hard for them to store. Daily work here was 10-hour shifts at 6 work days a week, and with everyone working together, they had the power to process 35,000 fingerprints daily, which can now probably be done in a matter of a few minutes.
This is a way you can get to sleep if you can't get to sleep. So sometimes at night you're laying there and you really just want to go to sleep. And you're probably just thinking to yourself, I want to go to sleep, I'm going to go to sleep, I'm going to go to sleep. But this doesn't work. Our bodies actually work on opposites. Like if I said to you now, do not think about your favourite holiday or a holiday. You can't help it, you're going to think about it. So when you're laying there getting all anxious and wanting to go to sleep, do the opposite. Try not to go to sleep. Lay there with your eyes open saying, I'm going to stay awake, I'm going to stay awake. And eventually your eyes will get tired, body will get tired, and you'll fall asleep.
Here's the most unbelievable graves in the world. This man's dream in life was to own a Mercedes-Benz, but he didn't achieve his goal, so his brother built him this grave. Rufus Case wanted to be buried in his rocking chair, so this grave was made to allow him to be buried sitting upright. This is a special burial tree used in an Indonesian island used to bury infants. But before I show you the shocking last one, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. This grave has a concrete staircase leading down to the coffin because the mother wanted to be able to visit her deceased daughter whenever she wanted to.
Here are disgusting facts about humans that you probably didn't want to know. If you eat fast food, then you've likely eaten more than 12 public hairs in the last year. Did you know that your fresh pee is actually cleaner than your spit? You know that dust that's underneath your bed? Well, it's actually made up of your dead skin. And these tiny little mites live under there and feast on it. You could literally fill up an entire bathtub with how much saliva you produce each year. Right now, as we speak, there are tiny little mites living on your eyelashes. And the germs in your poo can actually pass through 10 pieces of toilet paper. Now share this with a friend that didn't know this.
Here are some everyday things that you are doing wrong. You know these cardboard cup carriers restaurants give you for when you have more than 2 drinks? And when you put it in your car, you usually just place it in another seat or on the ground. Well, this cardboard carrier these restaurants give you is actually perfectly designed to fit your cup holders in your car. I'm going to be honest, you all are probably microwaving your food wrong. If you want to heat your food evenly, put it all on the rim of the plate with a hole in the middle. Okay, next, this will probably surprise you, showering too often. Dermatologists actually say you should only shower 2 to 3 times per week, because showering too much can actually affect your health and cause skin problems. When your phone charges up to 100%, take it out immediately. Charging it after it hits 100% causes stress on your battery and it will wear out quicker. Finally, when you put something in the freezer and you want it to get cold very quickly, just put a wet paper towel around it. It'll be the perfect cold in 5 to 10 minutes. This could be a life changer.
Psychology tricks that will work on anybody, part 1. One of the best self-defense tricks is to act crazier than the person attacking you, like go into gorilla mode if you have to. 9 times out of 10 they will not want to mess with you. If you need to remember to do something the next day, put something in your room out of place. Once you see it and wonder why it's there, you will immediately remember. If you're trying to find something, even if it's a photo in your phone, try looking from right to left and not left to right. Your eyes tend to skim over things if you search in the same direction that you are used to reading in.